I've had a lot of questions emailed to me from people looking at my website, and I figured I'd better answer those questions like this rather than trying to address each one of them individually. So this will be the first of a series of videos that I intend to make to better explain the plans that I have listed on that site. Now let me apologize in advance to those of you who already know this stuff. Please understand there are a lot of people out there who just don't know. And we have got to start educating each other so that we can be up to speed the next time we have to vote. Now, one of the more popular questions that I've received is regarding my plan to cut the corporate tax rate by at least 50% and its effect on the federal government's tax revenue. And I've explained it many times in writing, and it occurred to me, actually just yesterday, when I came across an old cardboard box, that I can illustrate this pretty easily. Now, a 50% reduction in the corporate tax rate, that sounds like a lot of money. And people want to know, what will it cost, man? What will it cost? Well, let me ask you this. What do you think would be the effect of a 50% reduction in the corporate tax rate on the business world? Now, currently, the corporate tax rate is right around 40%. Now that means if you've got a corporation and it makes $100, it gets to keep roughly $60. Now if it was located over in Ireland, it would keep closer to $88. Now, if all of a sudden the corporations here in America were able to keep 20% more of their profits. 20%. Are you kidding me? I think that's a very good incentive to create and expand business here in America. And that's what private sector job creation is all about. Now, government sector jobs, government jobs. When a government employee takes his paycheck to the bank and cashes it, where does the money come from? You see, government jobs, every government job represents debt. And that debt, you better believe, you and I are on the hook for it. Now let me ask you again, in your mind, what do you think would be the effect of a 50% reduction in the corporate tax rate? Now let me show you the effect on the revenue. Now this piece of cardboard that I found, this is what's left of my cardboard box. And I knew when I saw this, I just had to have this piece of cardboard and stick $101 bills to it. Now this board represents not only the extraordinary amount of free time I have, but for the purpose of this demonstration, these $101 bills will represent 100% of the federal government's tax revenue for last year. Now, some of these dollars represent individual income taxes, some the corporate tax, some payroll taxes, and some are excise and other miscellaneous taxes. But altogether, they represent 100% of the federal government's tax revenue last year. Now give me a minute and I will take away the amount of money that would be lost to the federal government if we implemented that 50% reduction in the corporate tax rate. $5. 5%. Actually, it's only 4.5%. I rounded up. What do you think the corporations would do with this money? I ask you again, what did you come up with? What would be the effect of a 50% reduction in that tax rate? What are the corporations going to do with this? Give raises? Hire more people? Maybe expand? What about the effect on investors? People invest their money where they can realize the greatest profits and do so with the greatest security. A company with a corporate tax rate of less than 20%, located inside the United States of America, that is a great potential for profit with great security. And that is good business. And you know, it's not all just about this extra money. It's also the promise of knowing that you're going to get to keep this extra money if you do expand. Now, what about this whole 4.5%? Are you telling me we can't cut back 4.5% on our spending for a couple of years while the benefits of this plan begin to take effect? I know people who have cut back 40%. We have got to come together on this. America isn't made up of just rich people, and it isn't just the working class either. Like it or not, we are all in this together, and united we stand. We've got class warfare, partisan politics, we got unions versus management, we're blaming each other, pointing fingers, calling names. You're a communist, you're a Nazi, you're a racist. We're teaching hatred. We're fighting amongst ourselves while our country is going to ruin. And we've got an incredible mess in front of us. We've got problems with employment, immigration, terrorism, Social Security, education, energy dependency, homelessness, healthcare, hunger, poverty. And instead of focusing on cleaning this mess up, we're arguing over which party is more responsible for creating the mess. We have got to come together on this, left and right, top and bottom, black and white, smart and stupid. I don't care what walk of life you're in. We have got to learn to put aside our differences and stop fighting each other. Or pretty soon we're not going to have a country that's worth fighting over. Now this is one piece, one part of a series of plans that need to be implemented if we're going to turn this bus around. Now, there is no question that the initial effects of this plan are going to benefit most the people who own corporations, investors, entrepreneurs. That's a good thing. Those guys are on our side. And we had better start supporting those people because they play a vital role in our economy and the economic survival of our country. Government doesn't create jobs, it creates debt. And I don't know about you, but I'd say we've got enough. We have got to start supporting investors, and that means supporting small business and corporations. Demonizing the people who are best suited to create jobs when we're looking at double-digit unemployment rates is just plain stupid. We have got to ease back on spending and create an atmosphere that allows business to thrive. And they say God helps those who help themselves. Well, I know He does wonderful things for those who help each other. Let's remember that. It's up to us to stop fighting, to come together and get America working. And I hope this explains better my plans and the effects on the federal government's tax revenue. Remember to check back in at mattsnyderforpresident.com and keep those questions coming in. I'll do my best to keep getting them answered. And thanks for watching.